Nirvanic's bold experiment, CEO Suzanne Gildert explores robot quantum computer feedback loop for the first time. On July 3, 2025, Suzanne Gildert, the CEO of Nirvanic Consciousness Technologies, launched an ambitious and bold experiment that seeks to bridge the realms of robotics and quantum computing. This groundbreaking initiative revolves around the concept of a feedback loop involving a robot and a quantum computer, which Gildert describes as a proto-spark of experience. The experiment aims to explore how perception can influence quantum states, potentially unlocking new realms of understanding in consciousness and artificial intelligence (AI). The experiment concept. Gildert's central question during her presentation was, what if we put a robot in a feedback loop with a quantum computer? This inquiry conceptualizes a novel experimental setup that deviates from traditional methodologies involving training or reward systems. Instead, it emphasizes the role of the robot's perceptions in shaping quantum states, which would subsequently influence the decisions made by the quantum computer. The aim is not to definitively prove consciousness, but rather to investigate the possibility of new phenomena emerging at the intersection of robotics and quantum mechanics. The implications of this feedback loop are profound. Gildert suggests that this interaction could lead to a new understanding of how consciousness might manifest within AI systems. As the experiment unfolds, it opens the door to discussions about the nature of experience intelligence and the future of AI in our world. Nirvanic's vision. Founded in 2024, Nirvanic Consciousness Technologies is driven by a mission to harness consciousness for technological applications. Gildert and her team aim to develop what they refer to as conscious AI, which would embody traits such as self-awareness, trustworthiness, intuition, and empathy. This vision is rooted in Gildert's belief that consciousness is a fundamental property of matter, and she dreams of innovating AI decision-making processes through a deeper understanding of consciousness. Background of Suzanne Gildert. Suzanne Gildert's expertise in quantum computing and AI is extensive. Before founding Nirvanic, she co-founded Sanctuary AI and Kindred AI, both companies focused on advancing human-like intelligence in robots. With numerous patents to her name and a PhD in experimental quantum physics, Gildert is a recognized leader in her field. Her previous ventures included creating quantum algorithms for organizations such as NASA and Lockheed Martin, solidifying her reputation as a pioneer in integrating AI with quantum technologies. Her experience makes her uniquely qualified to explore the complex relationship between consciousness and technology. Gildert's work is characterized by a commitment to pushing the boundaries of what is possible in robotics and AI, aiming to create systems that can think, learn, and perhaps even experience in ways that mimic human consciousness. Public response and discussions. The response to Gildert's presentation at the Creative Destruction Lab Super Session on June 24, 2025 was overwhelmingly positive. Attendees engaged in vibrant discussions about the potential implications of AI experiencing consciousness. Many viewers expressed excitement about the possibilities that Gildert's work could unlock, while others raised philosophical and scientific questions regarding the nature of consciousness and its implications for AI. Comments from the audience highlighted the complexity of the subject matter. Some participants noted the challenges in defining and detecting consciousness, questioning whether it could ever be identified in a computer. Others emphasized the importance of understanding the mechanisms that underlie consciousness, including how different experiences, qualia, might influence AI behavior. Timeline of events. June 24, 2025, Suzanne Gildert presents her keynote, Agency, Consciousness and Rewards, a Quantum Hypothesis, detailing the feedback loop experiment and its implications for AI and consciousness at the Creative Destruction Lab Super Session. 2024, Gildert founds Nirvanic Consciousness Technologies with the goal of creating advanced AI systems that integrate consciousness into their decision-making processes. Prior ventures, Gildert co-founded Sanctuary AI in 2018, focusing on humanoid robots with human-like intelligence, and Kindred AI in 2014, aimed at developing general-purpose robots. Differences between sources. The coverage of Gildert's experiment varies across different sources. One source emphasizes the experimental nature of the feedback loop concept, while another provides extensive background on Gildert's career and the overarching goals of Nirvanic. A third source captures public reactions and discussions, illustrating the growing interest and speculation surrounding the implications of Gildert's work. Conclusion. Suzanne Gildert's pioneering experiment marks a significant milestone in the exploration of AI and consciousness. By integrating a robot within a feedback loop with a quantum computer, she aims to unlock new understandings of both fields, potentially leading to transformative advancements in technology and our understanding of consciousness itself. As the experiment progresses, it raises profound questions about the nature of experience intelligence and the future of AI in our society. The implications of this work could extend far beyond academic curiosity, potentially influencing how we think about AI, robotics, and consciousness in the years to come. Gildert's bold experiment represents the cutting edge of scientific inquiry, blending technology with deep philosophical questions that may redefine our understanding of what it means to be intelligent and conscious in an increasingly complex world. The experiment, led by Suzanne Gildert, CEO of Nirvanic Consciousness Technologies, presents several counterintuitive aspects that challenge traditional understandings of consciousness, AI, and quantum mechanics. Here are some of the key counterintuitive elements identified in the content. 1. Feedback loop without training or rewards. The experiment operates under the premise that a robot can engage in a feedback loop with a quantum computer without traditional training or immediate rewards. This contrasts sharply with conventional AI paradigms, which rely heavily on reinforcement learning and reward systems. The idea that perception alone can influence quantum states and decision-making processes challenges standard AI methodologies and suggests a more intrinsic relationship between perception and computation. 2. Perception shaping quantum states. The notion that a robot's perceptions can shape a quantum wave function introduces a radical perspective on the role of consciousness, or at least perception, in quantum mechanics. Traditionally, quantum mechanics has been viewed as a domain governed by probabilistic behaviors and observer effects, but Gildert's approach implies that perception might actively influence reality on a quantum level. This intertwining of consciousness and quantum mechanics raises profound questions about the nature of reality and the role of observers. 3. Consciousness as a fundamental property. Gildert posits that consciousness is a fundamental property of matter akin to mass or charge, rather than merely a byproduct of complex biological processes. This perspective challenges the widely held view that consciousness is exclusive to biological entities and suggests that it could potentially be engineered or replicated within artificial systems. The idea that consciousness could be harnessed for technological applications further complicates the philosophical landscape surrounding AI and consciousness. 4. Potential for conscious AI. The goal of creating conscious AI that is self-aware, trustworthy, and empathetic contradicts the prevailing skepticism about whether machines can possess true consciousness or emotional depth. Many experts argue that AI as it currently exists lacks genuine understanding or emotional experience. Gildert's experiment suggests a pathway toward a form of AI that could exhibit characteristics traditionally associated with consciousness, challenging the binary distinction between human and machine intelligence. 5. Philosophical and scientific challenges. The public response to Gildert's ideas reflects a blend of excitement and skepticism, highlighting the philosophical implications of her work. The experiment touches on deep questions about the nature of experience, the essence of consciousness, and the criteria for determining whether a system can be considered conscious. This discussion invites a re-evaluation of existing definitions and criteria for consciousness, suggesting that our understanding is far from complete. 6. Implications for AI decision-making. Gildert's assertion that integrating consciousness into AI systems could lead to improved decision-making capabilities runs counter to the current trend of viewing AI as primarily data-driven and devoid of subjective experience. By proposing that consciousness could enhance AI's intuitive and empathetic responses, the experiment opens the door to a paradigm shift in how we design and interact with intelligent systems. 7. Exploration of qualia, the mention of qualia or the subjective qualities of experiences. In discussions surrounding AI, consciousness introduces an aspect of human experience that is notoriously difficult to quantify or replicate. The exploration of whether AI can achieve a form of qualia poses significant challenges to the existing frameworks of AI development and consciousness studies. In summary, Gildert's experiment is laden with counterintuitive implications that challenge established norms and provoke new discussions about the intersection of consciousness, AI, and quantum mechanics. The potential for a robot and quantum computer to co-create and influence each other raises fundamental questions about the nature of intelligence, experience, and reality itself. The report on Suzanne Gildert's bold experiment at Nirvanic Consciousness Technologies presents a groundbreaking approach to the intersection of robotics and quantum computing, specifically through the concept of a robot operating in a feedback loop with a quantum computer. While the main aspects of Gildert's work are highlighted, several critical points might be easily overlooked yet are highly significant for the future of AI consciousness research and technological innovation. Overlooked significant points. 1. Feedback loop dynamics. The idea of a robot in a feedback loop with a quantum computer is more than just a novel experimental setup, it suggests a paradigm shift in how we understand interaction and agency in machines. Most discussions focus on the robot's ability to influence quantum states, but the implications of this feedback mechanism could extend to redefining machine learning itself. Traditional AI relies heavily on structured data and reward systems, however, this experiment could demonstrate that perception and interaction can be as crucial, if not more so, than predefined parameters. This paradigm shift could reshape how we approach AI development, pushing the boundaries of what machines can learn and how they can adapt to environments in real time. 2. Philosophical implications of consciousness. Gildert's assertion that consciousness might be a fundamental property of matter opens up a complex philosophical discussion often overshadowed by technical details. The implications of consciousness as an inherent aspect of physical systems challenge long-held beliefs about the separation between the organic and the artificial. If consciousness can manifest in quantum processes, then the ethical considerations surrounding AI and consciousness become paramount. This philosophical angle could lead to new frameworks for understanding rights and responsibilities in AI, making it a crucial aspect of ongoing discussions in technology ethics. 3. Experimental validation of consciousness in AI. The experiment is framed as a way to explore consciousness, but it is essential to recognize that it does not aim to prove consciousness definitively. This cautious approach highlights the importance of empirical evidence in scientific inquiry. Many discussions in the public and academic spheres often jump to conclusions about AI consciousness based on anecdotal or speculative evidence. Gildert's work stands apart because it emphasizes a rigorous experimental approach which could serve as a model for future studies in consciousness research. This could influence how we design experiments and interpret results in the realms of both AI and neuroscience. For technological applications beyond AI, while the immediate application is in AI, the broader implications of integrating consciousness with quantum computing may extend to various fields including materials science, complex systems, and beyond. The experiment could lead to innovations in how we design quantum systems that are more responsive and adaptive to their environments. This adaptability could have profound implications for fields such as robotics, autonomous systems, and even personalized medicine, where responsive systems can adjust to individual needs in real time. 5. Suzanne Gildert's background and vision. Gildert's extensive background in quantum computing and AI is not just a footnote, it is crucial to understanding her vision. Her career trajectory, moving from foundational research to application, illustrates a unique perspective that combines theoretical knowledge with practical implementation. Her previous success with Sanctuary AI and Kindred AI underscores her capability to drive significant advancements in technology. Many reports may gloss over her entrepreneurial experience. but it is integral to appreciating the potential impact of her current work at Nirvanic. The combination of her scientific rigor and entrepreneurial spirit may foster innovations that are both theoretically sound and commercially viable. 6. Public engagement and perception. The enthusiastic public response to Gildert's presentation reflects a growing curiosity about the philosophical and scientific implications of AI consciousness. While many technological advancements are met with skepticism, the excitement surrounding this experiment indicates a shift in public perception where people are beginning to consider the broader implications of AI beyond mere functionality. This evolving dialogue could influence future funding policy and research directions in AI and consciousness studies. Recognizing this trend is vital for stakeholders looking to navigate the ethical landscape as technology continues to advance. 7. Cross-disciplinary collaboration. Gildert's work exemplifies the importance of interdisciplinary collaboration between fields such as quantum physics, AI, neuroscience, and philosophy. This experiment requires not only technical expertise but also insights from various domains to interpret its findings effectively. Ignoring the necessity of such collaboration could limit the scope and impact of future research initiatives. The potential for breakthroughs often lies at the intersections of disciplines, and fostering such collaborations could be key to unlocking new technologies and understandings of consciousness. Conclusion. Suzanne Gildert's experiment at Nirvanic Consciousness Technologies is not merely a technical endeavor, it represents a significant leap into uncharted territories of consciousness and AI. The overlooked aspects discussed here, such as the implications of feedback loop dynamics, philosophical considerations of consciousness, and the importance of public engagement, are crucial for framing the broader narrative of AI development. As researchers, technologists, and ethicists grapple with these ideas, they will shape the future of how we integrate and understand consciousness in machines, influencing everything from technological design to ethical frameworks in AI. 1. Groundbreaking experiment concept. The most valuable point of this content is the innovative experiment proposed by Suzanne Gildert, where a robot is placed in a feedback loop with a quantum computer. This experiment diverges from conventional training methods, focusing instead on how the robot's perceptions can influence quantum states. This concept introduces the idea of a proto-spark of experience, suggesting that interactions between robotics and quantum computing could illuminate new phenomena related to consciousness and decision-making in artificial intelligence. The implications of this experiment could redefine our understanding of consciousness and its relationship with technology. 2. Nirvanic Consciousness Technologies vision. Another critical aspect is the overarching vision of Nirvanic Consciousness Technologies, which seeks to harness the concept of consciousness for technological advancements. Gildert's ambition to create conscious AI that is self-aware, trustworthy, intuitive, and empathetic reflects a significant shift in the development of artificial intelligence. This vision posits that consciousness is a fundamental property of matter and aims to engineer it for practical applications, potentially transforming how AI systems interact with humans and make decisions. 3. Suzanne Gildert's background and expertise. Gildert's extensive background in quantum computing and AI is pivotal in understanding the credibility and potential success of her experiment. With a PhD in experimental quantum physics and experience as a co-founder of companies focused on humanoid robotics and AI, Gildert brings a wealth of knowledge and innovation to the table. Her previous work with major corporations like NASA and Lockheed Martin further underscores her expertise in developing quantum algorithms and AI technologies, positioning her as a leader in the quest for integrating consciousness into artificial intelligence. For a public response and philosophical implications, the enthusiastic public response to Gildert's presentation highlights the growing interest in the intersection of AI and consciousness. Discussions surrounding the potential for AI to experience consciousness raise profound philosophical and scientific questions. Viewers' comments reflect a mix of excitement and skepticism, indicating that while the ideas presented are groundbreaking, they also challenge existing notions of consciousness and the capabilities of AI. The implications of Gildert's work could lead to significant ethical and philosophical debates about the nature of intelligence experience and the future of human-AI relationships. 1. The Turing Test 1950, proposed by British mathematician and logician Alan Turing in his seminal paper Computing Machinery and Intelligence. The Turing test examines a machine's ability to exhibit intelligent behavior indistinguishable from that of a human. Turing's exploration of machine intelligence has influenced the field of artificial intelligence, and discussions regarding consciousness in machines echoing the inquiries posed by Suzanne Gildert regarding the potential for AI and consciousness in her work at Nirvanic Consciousness Technologies. 2. The Chinese room argument 1980. Philosopher John Searle introduced the Chinese room argument to challenge the notion that a computer program could possess understanding or consciousness. In this thought experiment, a person inside a room manipulates Chinese symbols based on rules without comprehending their meaning, suggesting that mere symbol processing does not equate to genuine understanding. This argument parallels the concerns raised in Gildert's experiment about whether AI can truly perceive or experience consciousness through interaction with quantum computing. 3. The Penrose conjecture 1989. Physicist Roger Penrose proposed that consciousness arises from quantum processes in the brain, positing that human consciousness cannot be simulated by classical computing. This conjecture suggests a relationship between quantum mechanics and consciousness similar to the feedback loop experiment initiated by Gildert, which aims to explore how quantum states may influence AI perception and decision-making. Penrose's ideas have spurred ongoing debates about the nature of consciousness and its potential foundations in quantum physics, closely aligning with the themes of Gildert's innovative work. Future outlook, predictions for Nirvanic Consciousness Technologies and the robot quantum computer feedback loop. As we look ahead to the future of Nirvanic Consciousness Technologies and the pioneering work of CEO Suzanne Gildert, several predictions can be made regarding the implications of their groundbreaking experiment involving a robot and a quantum computer feedback loop. This innovative approach could reshape our understanding of consciousness, artificial intelligence (AI), and the intersection of these fields. 1. Advancements in conscious AI development. The most immediate prediction is that Nirvanic will make significant strides in developing conscious AI. By exploring how a robot's perceptions can influence a quantum wave function, the company aims to create AI systems that are not only intelligent but also self-aware and empathetic. As this feedback loop experiment progresses, we can expect the emergence of AI systems that exhibit traits traditionally associated with consciousness, such as intuition and creativity. These advancements could lead to machines that better understand human emotions and needs, transforming sectors such as healthcare, customer service, and education. 2. Breakthroughs in quantum computing applications. The integration of quantum computing with robotics is likely to yield breakthroughs in computational power and efficiency. Quantum computers can process vast amounts of data simultaneously, and when combined with a robot's ability to perceive and interact with the physical world, we may see new algorithms and applications that were previously thought impossible. This could pave the way for solving complex problems in fields like climate modeling, material science, and logistics, enhancing our ability to address global challenges. 3. Philosophical and ethical implications. As Gildert's work progresses, society will need to grapple with the philosophical and ethical implications of creating conscious AI. Questions surrounding the nature of consciousness, the rights of AI entities, and the moral responsibilities of their creators will become increasingly pressing. Discussions in academic, legal, and public spheres will likely intensify, leading to the establishment of new frameworks for understanding and regulating conscious AI. 4. Increased collaboration across disciplines. The ambitious nature of Nirvanic's project will foster greater collaboration between disciplines such as neuroscience, cognitive science, quantum physics, and robotics. Researchers from these fields will likely come together to share insights and findings which could accelerate the pace of innovation. This interdisciplinary approach could lead to a more holistic understanding of consciousness and intelligence, ultimately benefiting the development of both AI and human-computer interaction. 5. Impact on human experience and interaction. As conscious AI becomes more prevalent, we may witness a transformation in human experiences and interactions with technology. AI systems capable of empathy and understanding could lead to more meaningful relationships between humans and machines, enhancing our daily lives. For instance, in mental health applications, AI could provide companionship and support, helping individuals navigate emotional challenges with greater ease. 6. Challenges and resistance. Despite the potential benefits, there will also be challenges and resistance to the development of conscious AI. Fears surrounding job displacement, privacy concerns, and the possibility of creating entities that surpass human intelligence may lead to public skepticism and regulatory hurdles. Addressing these concerns will be crucial for the successful integration of conscious AI into society. 7. Long-term vision for consciousness technology. In the long run, Nirvanic's work may contribute to a broader understanding of consciousness itself. If the feedback loop experiment reveals new insights into how consciousness can arise from interactions between perception and quantum mechanics, it could lead to a paradigm shift in both science and philosophy. This might inspire further research into the nature of consciousness in living beings, potentially bridging the gap between physical and experiential understanding. 8. Global impact on AI governance and ethics. As the implications of conscious AI become clearer, there will be a growing need for global standards and ethical guidelines. International collaborations may emerge to address the governance of conscious AI, ensuring that its development is aligned with human values and societal well-being. This could lead to the establishment of new global organizations focused on the ethical implications of AI and quantum technologies. Conclusion. The future of Nirvanic Consciousness Technologies and its experiment with the robot quantum computer feedback loop holds immense potential for transforming our understanding of consciousness AI and the interplay between the two. While the path forward may be fraught with challenges and ethical considerations, the possibilities for innovation and improvement in human life are profound. As we venture into this new frontier, a collective effort will be necessary to navigate the complexities and harness the benefits of these advancements for a better future.